Welcome to JJ Sports Talk, the channel for the sports you love.
Hey guys, and welcome back to JJ Sports Talk. And today I'm bringing you guys a video that you're not really used to on my channel. I'm on vacation right now, so obviously I can't really do my normal setup of me sitting down talking to you because I'm doing a video about March Madness right now. And usually I would sit down with my bracket in my hand and show you guys the bracket, but I can't do that right now because we don't really have printers where we're at right now. So I did a kind of a weird thing that you guys probably like. I don't know if you like it much, or you may not like it. If you do like it, you can show me the feedback. If you don't like it, then you don't have to say anything because I'm just trying something new. So basically what I did is I filled out a bracket on the ESPN Tournament Challenge, and then I just took some pictures of it, did some voiceover, so it's post-commentary stuff for you guys. So you guys may like it, you may not. I'm trying to give you guys a video right now. The tournament's kind of already started, so I'm trying to get it out as fast as possible right now, but I haven't really had a lot of time because I've just been enjoying myself on vacation, having a good time. But, you know, I did a video for you guys. I'm trying to get it out for you guys, and, you know, have fun with the video.
So I'm going to be taking Gonzaga over Norfolk State in the first game. It's pretty self-explanatory. Gonzaga's the number one overall seed. Norfolk State's not going to win that game. And in the next game, I'm going to be taking Oklahoma over Missouri. I just feel like Oklahoma's guard play is just going to be better than Missouri. But, I mean, I could see either team winning that game. But I'm going to take Oklahoma. I've watched them play. I really like their team. In this 5-12 matchup, next, I'm going to be taking UC Santa Barbara over Creighton in an upset. UC Santa Barbara's 22-4. They're a really good team from what I've seen. Creighton's struggling right now. They just got blown out in the Big East Championship, so I'm taking UC Santa Barbara. And in the next game, I'm taking another upset in Ohio over Virginia. Ohio's coming in super hot. Virginia is not. Jason Preston of Ohio is a super good player, so I'm taking him in Ohio in that game. And then I'm going to be taking USC over Drake. Drake just won in the first four. I'm taking USC over Drake. USC's got Evan Mobley. He's a good player. They're all around a good team. I'm going to be taking USC. And then I'm going to be taking Kansas over Eastern Washington. Another explanatory one. Kansas is just more of a talented team than Eastern Washington. And then in the next game, I'm going to be taking Oregon over VCU. Oregon is just a very talented team, and they will beat VCU. So up at the top, I'm taking Iowa over Grand Canyon. Pretty self-explanatory. Iowa's just the better team to complete the West bracket. And then starting the East, I'm going to be taking Michigan over Texas Southern. That's just a pretty obvious pick. Texas Southern's not winning that game. And then this I thought about this one a lot, but I'm going to be taking LSU over St. Bonaventure. The Thomas kid from LSU is a very good player. St. Bonaventure out of the A-10. I mean, the A-10 always seems to put good teams in the tournament, but I don't think that this year is going to be the one. I think that LSU's a better team. And then I have another 12 beating a 5 in this matchup. Colorado is a very good team, don't get me wrong, but Georgetown's smoking hot coming to the tournament. They are a really good team. Patrick Ewing's got those boys playing good. They just won the Big East. I just think that they're going to beat Colorado. And then I have Florida State over UNC Greensboro, but it's pretty another obvious pick. I think Florida State's just more of a talented team. And then out of the first four, UCLA just won last night. So I'm going to be taking them over BYU. I think that Mick Cronin's got them boys playing good. I'm not sold on BYU, so I think that UCLA is going to win that game, but I also wouldn't be surprised if BYU won that game. And then I have Texas over Abilene Christian. Another obvious pick. I just think Texas is better. So now to finish this off, I'm taking UConn over Maryland. I think UConn's just more of a talented team than Maryland. Maryland's struggling. And then I'm going to be taking a really talented Alabama team over Iona. I just think that they're more talented and they're going to win. And then that completes that part of the bracket. So now I'm going to the next part, and that is Baylor over Hartford. Baylor's a really good team, and I think they're going to beat Hartford bad. Then I have North Carolina and Wisconsin. I'm taking Wisconsin. I've watched Wisconsin a lot this year. North Carolina's been so shaky. I think Wisconsin's just a better team, and they're going to win this game. Then I got another 12 beating another 5. Villanova's without Colin Gillespie. They're struggling. I'm taking Winthrop in the 5-12. They're going to be motivated to win that game over Villanova. And then I'm taking Purdue over North Texas, a pretty self-explanatory one. Purdue's just better. And then I'm taking Texas Tech over Utah State, but I feel like that'll be a really good game, so don't underestimate the Aggies, but I'm taking Texas Tech. So I'm going to be taking Arkansas over Colgate. Arkansas is a good team, but Colgate could definitely pull an upset, but I'm taking Arkansas. They're just a safe pick there. And then I'm going to be taking Virginia Tech over Florida. I like Virginia Tech's team. They have a really good guy in Aluma. I don't know much about Florida, so I'm taking Virginia Tech. And then I'm going to be taking Ohio State over Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts has some good scores, but Ohio State's just a better team. And then I'm going to be taking Illinois over Drexel. That's pretty self-explanatory as well. It's the 1 seed. I don't think there's going to be another 1 seed losing this year like Virginia a few years ago. And then this one hurt me to pick, but I got to take Georgia Tech over Loyola Chicago. I don't like betting against the history makers, but I'm going to have to take Georgia Tech because they're just the more hotter team. They won the ACC. They're just coming in smoking hot, and they're just a red-hot team. I'm going to be taking Tennessee over Oregon State. I just think Oregon State's not great of a team. They won the Pac-12, but Tennessee's better. And then I'm taking Cade Cunningham and Oklahoma State over Liberty. Liberty's pulled upsets in the past, but I don't think they're going to be pulling one against Cade Cunningham. And now to finish off the bracket, I'm going to be taking Syracuse over San Diego State. I never bet against Syracuse in the tournament. That zone's just hard to play against, so I'm going to be taking Syracuse. And then I got West Virginia over Morehead State. I like West Virginia's team this year. Huggins always gets those boys playing well in March, so I'm taking West Virginia. And then I'm taking Rutgers over Clemson. Rutgers is first time in the tournament in a long time. Clemson's kind of a shaky team. I just think Rutgers is going to come out and play very motivated, so I'm taking Rutgers. And then I'm going to be taking Houston over Cleveland State. So now in the next round, I'm taking Gonzaga over Oklahoma. I just think they're more talented than Oklahoma, and they'll win. And then in the matchup of the two upsets, I'm taking Ohio. I think they got underseeded, man. I think they're just a way better team than they were seeded. So I'm taking them over UC Santa Barbara. And then I got USC and Kansas. I'm taking Kansas. I just think that their guard plays better than USC. Evan Mobley will keep him in it, but I think that Kansas will win. And then I have Oregon versus Iowa. And I have Iowa in this matchup. I think that Luka Garza is just no one in Oregon's going to be able to stop him, and the shooting of Iowa will just propel them past Oregon. So now moving on to the next part, I have Michigan and LSU, and I've seen a lot of people pick LSU in this game, but I'm taking Michigan. I'm riding with Michigan. Who knows when Livers is going to be healthy or not, but I think that they're a good enough team without him. I think that they need him to win the championship, but without him, they can get past LSU. And then I have Georgetown and Florida State. I thought about this one a lot, but I'm taking Florida State. Florida State's been shaky, but I think that they're good enough to get past Georgetown. And then in the next game, I'm taking Texas over UCLA. I just think they're just a better team than UCLA, and UCLA's run will stop. And I'm going to take Alabama over UConn. That's going to be a really good game, but I think Alabama just has too many better players than UConn. In the South, I'm taking Baylor over Wisconsin. Wisconsin just doesn't have enough firepower to keep up with Baylor, and Baylor's guards are too good. I'm going to take Purdue over Winthrop. I think Travion Williams is a force down low, and they have Zach Edey, the 7'4" freshman, and Ivy. Like, those guys are just going to carry Purdue. So Winthrop probably will give Purdue a good game, but I think that Purdue will win. And then this was a hard one to pick, but I'm taking Texas Tech over Arkansas. Arkansas is inexperienced in the tournament, and Texas Tech's made many runs. Chris Beard knows how to get those guys playing right, so I'm taking Texas Tech. And then I'm taking Ohio State over Virginia Tech. I don't think Virginia Tech has enough power and strength to keep up with Ohio State. And then I'm taking Illinois over Georgia Tech, and I feel like that'd be a really good game, but I'm taking Illinois. They're just bigger and stronger and better than Georgia Tech. In the next matchup, I think that Tennessee and Oklahoma State is going to be a really good 5-4 matchup. But I do think that Cade Cunningham and Oklahoma State are going to win that game. I think that they're just more talented than Tennessee, and they will win that game. In the next matchup, I have West Virginia beating Syracuse. I think that they're just more talented. And Syracuse, I think that West Virginia will be adapted to that zone, and they're just more talented than Syracuse. And then I have Houston beating Rutgers. Houston's just more experienced athletic team, and they will beat Rutgers. And now going on to the Sweet 16. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to end Ohio's run here. They're going to lose to Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga is just too talented for Ohio. And unfortunately, Ohio will lose. And then the next matchup was a super hard one for me to pick. Kansas and Iowa. And I do think Iowa's going to win. I think that they have Luka Garza. And that's about all you have to have. I don't think anyone can stop it. And their guards, Iowa's guards are just playing out the charts. So I think that they're going to win. And then the next part, I have Michigan and Florida State. I have Michigan winning. A lot of people have Michigan losing here. I have faith in Michigan. Who knows if Livers is going to be healthy now, but Florida State's been a little inconsistent this year, and I think that Michigan's just a really good team. I've been high on them all year. I think that they're going to win over Florida State. And then Texas and Alabama. I have Texas winning. Alabama is shaky in my opinion, and Texas has been solid all year, so I think Texas is going to win. And then a hard one for me to pick here too, Baylor and Purdue. I have not Purdue. I have Baylor winning. I think that Baylor is just super, super talented. Purdue will give them a really good game. They always give teams good games, but I do have Baylor in this game. And then in the next game below it, I have Texas Tech and Ohio State. I have Ohio State winning. Texas Tech is a good team, but I don't think that they have a good enough players on defense to guard Ohio State's Dwayne Washington and E.J. Liddell, so I have Ohio State winning. In the Midwest, I'm taking Illinois over Oklahoma State. Another really good game, but I feel like you can't just win with one player like Oklahoma State does. Illinois just got an all-around team, and then I think they're going to beat Oklahoma State. And then West Virginia and Houston, another really good game. I feel like Houston's been a little consistent against good teams. I'm taking West Virginia in that game. I think that they're just a solid overall team. Miles McBride's really good, and I don't think that Houston can win that game, so I'm taking West Virginia. So now in the Elite Eight, I have Gonzaga and Iowa. They played earlier this year, and Gonzaga won, and I don't have that changing. I just think that if there's any big man that can match up with Garza, it's Timmy. And I think that Gonzaga's guards will match up with Iowa well, just like they did in the regular season. I think Gonzaga will win that. And now I have Michigan and Texas, and I have Michigan winning that game. Another game where a lot of people have Michigan losing. I feel like Livers should be healthy by then. If he's not, I still think that Michigan's talented enough to get there. As long as they don't slip up, because they still have good enough players. And Texas has been shaky against some really good teams this year. And I have Michigan going to the Final Four, especially if they have Livers. And then in the South, I have Baylor and Ohio State. And as much as it hurts me to do as an Ohio State fan, I have to pick Baylor. Again, I've seen a lot of people take Ohio State over Baylor. I mean, I think Ohio State's been a little inconsistent this year at points. They finished this year strong, losing in the Big Ten championship. But they have some momentum going to the tournament, but I still think that Baylor's just a really good all-around team. They have no weaknesses, and I think that Baylor will win, especially if you have Jared Butler on your team. That's a pretty big plus. But Ohio State should give them a pretty good fight. I also want to be surprised if any of these teams won. And then I have I have Illinois and West Virginia. I have Illinois in that game. West Virginia is a good team, but I don't think that they match up with Illinois very well. I think Illinois just does everything right, and I think Ayo Dosunmu is one of the most unguardable players in college basketball, and I'm taking him and Illinois. So now in the Final Four, I have Gonzaga versus Michigan, and then on the bottom I have Baylor versus Illinois. And in the Gonzaga versus Michigan game, I'm going to take Gonzaga. And the reason I'm taking Gonzaga is because I think that they've just been so consistent all year, and you know who's going to burn you, and they're still going to burn you even when you're prepared for them. I'm interested to see how Drew Timme plays against Hunter Dickinson, but I think that Michigan's guards are going to struggle in guarding Gonzaga's guards. And if they have Livers, if Michigan has Livers, I can definitely see Michigan winning that game, but you don't know. They might get beat before this game. I've seen a lot of people thinking they're going to get beat before this game, but I really don't know. They could win, so I don't want to doubt them. But I do take Gonzaga in that game because I just think Gonzaga is more talented than Michigan. And then in the bottom, I have Baylor and Illinois. I have Baylor winning this game. I think that they're just more talented than Illinois in this matchup, and it's purely because of the guards. I think that some of Illinois' guards do struggle in defending, and having Jared Butler, Davion Mitchell, and Maceo Teague all on the perimeter just is a huge bonus for Baylor. Obviously, Kofi Coburn or Hoda's ground down low, but I'm gonna have to place my bet on Baylor in this game and having Baylor and Gonzaga in the championship. And now I've made it to the national championship game that I think it will be, and I think it will be Baylor and Gonzaga. And you probably already see it right now, but I have Baylor winning this game, and a lot of people probably think Gonzaga is gonna win. But I've been high on this Baylor team since last year because they didn't lose a lot of people from last year. And I just think that I think that Drew Timme for Gonzaga will be a factor in this game because they have Baylor has Flo Thamba and Jonathan Chamu-Chachua, but I don't think they're going to be able to guard Timme. But I think that Baylor's guards are just so unbelievably good. And the X factor in this game will be Mark Vital. He's such a, no pun intended, vital part of the team. The way he rebounds and plays defense. And I just think that Baylor's guards will outplay Gonzaga's guards. And Jared Butler's just probably, I think he's one of the best players in the country. And I really do believe that Baylor will win the championship. Obviously, I could be wrong. I probably am wrong in a lot of these picks. But these are just my picks. They're not the right picks in a lot of your guys' opinions. But, I mean, feel free to disagree with them because that's what makes picking sports fun. But, yep, this is my picks. I know they're a little late. Some of them probably already started. I promise they're not cheated if I get some of them right. But, yep, thank you for watching JJ Sports Talk. Goodbye.